What's going on? It's your boy Bellz the Gemini. Welcome to Sensational Show. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Check it out, man. I really think it's gonna be something dope. I'm gonna be talking about a bunch of different topics. Let's get into it. So the topic today is going to be fear. And I'm just gonna talk about the different types of fears that I think I went through and I think that others really go through. Fear of the unknown. And I think that this is very, very, very big one because so many people don't believe in that that magic touch. They want everything to be perfect. They believe that you gotta do everything a certain way to be able to get the things that they desire. They don't think that just something magical could happen, and I think I do that sometimes too. I get to the point where I work so hard, I overthink a lot of things. I don't believe that something is gonna just naturally come my way because I think that a lot of people are not as lucky and doesn't get the same opportunities as other. So they kind of get discouraged and feel like they gotta, work extra hard in a sense, but really they're just overthinking things. Is, again, the fear of failures, a lot of people fail a lot and then they get, thinking they can't succeed from that. So the fear of failures, the fear of losing the game, the fear of doing a bad, singing performance or rapping performance or dropping a bad song. And it's just, you just got to take the chances, be able to humble yourself and motivate yourself, hold yourself accountable to the best product that you want. So I think that's another big one. The fear to begin something. This is so important to me because if you don't start something, then it can never groom into the things that you want it to become, I think I'm big on this because I might not start something and just because I don't have certain utensils or certain, I don't think, I'm ready, and it's like I could start one thing, but then certain things that I really am passionate about, I put to the side. It's like I care about this one thing, but then I really, really care about this one thing, And it goes to show, for example, my YouTube channel. I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel / podcast for a long time, but I've, procrastinated or thought that I wasn't ready to begin doing it, I wanted there's no right time to do something. The only right time to do it is today. Is what people think. That is a big fear for a lot of people, and I think that's more of insecurities and feeling like you got to be perfect, and I understand that you want a certain quality because you see other people have a certain quality, or you want a certain type of, or you just want the best, but you got to understand, you got to, again, start somewhere and then not care what people think. People are going to love the product regardless, just because you're being authentic and you keeping it real. So I would definitely say that if you're somebody that's fearful to start, or your fear is that other people may judge you or may not like your content, there's content for everybody, The best thing to do is just put it out there and keep putting it out there. Gary Vee talks about just take a chance, Stop caring. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. He said he gonna kill y'all, The Joneses, y'all better watch out. But no, for real though, I feel like a lot of times we want to compare to these other YouTubers who's had millions of subscribers or 100,000s of subscribers, and we're starting off at one, The best basketball players in the world didn't start off becoming the best basketball players. They, gradually became the best basketball players, So you can't compare your talent if you just started playing basketball to, someone like LeBron James, Kobe, players like that, because that's not even the same caliber. You got to start where they started, which is, day one, working on their skills, working on improving and becoming better and doing what they are good at, Fear of what your parents think. This is another crazy one, A lot of people are afraid to stick up for themselves, and they think that they can't tell their parents what their, dreams and purposes, and that's why they never started. Their parents want them to go left, but they want to go right. Their parents want them to become a doctor, but they want to be, a pianist, or they want to be an artist, or they want to be a painter, and it's so hard to kind of defy your parents, and don't listen to them because you think that your parents know best. Everyone, when you grow up, you always think that your parents know best, and surprisingly for me, that wasn't the case. I always was somebody who did what I wanted. I did my own thing no matter what. Even if I felt like it was wrong, I still went and did it because I wanted to prove if it was wrong. Me in the sense of, if I think that this could have been a bad idea, I'm gonna try it and I'm just gonna see. You know, I'm not gonna just go off of what other people think. There's one thing about me, you just can't change me. You can't, you know, form me to what you want me to become. And I guess it's a good thing in a sense because, you know, you have that confidence and that, you know, that drive to be yourself, be original, and not care what people think. But then in the same sense, you go through a lot of failures because people tend to not want to give you any advice or anything because you usually don't take people's advice. You just do everything on your own, and people feel like their, you know, opinion or advice doesn't matter. So you have to have a healthy balance of when being yourself and not caring what your parents think versus taking criticism and having people advice and, you know, using that to better yourself. The fear that is not the right time. Again, that goes back to insecurities and saying when is it the right time, you know? Is it tomorrow? Is it next week? Do I gotta get this? You will never have enough stuff for you to really start. The only time you'll have enough stuff is if you have enough guts and confidence to go out and do it. That's the only time you're gonna have enough stuff or things for you to be able to start something, you know? You're gonna need a certain supply, or you're gonna need this, or you need that. No, you just need yourself. You need to be focused. You need maybe like a pen and a piece of paper or a notebook and just write down ideas. And you start it, you know, you grow and you begin to evolve and get better at it. I think that fear is something that I want to leave in 2018. I don't think that people should fear anything anymore. You know, failure is a part of life. I feel like when you are afraid to start things or you're fearful to do anything, it just causes an anxiety and overthinking. And eventually, if you don't do it, it causes depression because people, you know, are not living their lives for them. They're living their lives for what social media think or what their parents think or what their friends think. And again, you got to hold yourself accountable and, you know, achieve the things that you want and live the lifestyle that you desire, you know. And that's all correlated with being Bellz approved is understanding that you gotta hold yourself accountable, not be afraid of what offies and what, you know, negative people have to say, so then that you can, you know, live the lifestyle that you desire, you know. And that's, you know, 100,000, if that's 50,000, if that's 10 million, wherever your lifestyle you desire, as long as you're happy. It's not about the money, it's about being happy, you know. And I think the sky's the limit when it comes to that. Again, just don't be afraid. When we go into 2019, just be confident. And I mean really confident. Don't be like, oh, I'm confident and, you know, but you're too afraid to do the things that you really want to do, you know? Like, it's people who are talented at this, but that's not what they really want to do. So they're afraid to do the things that they really desire, you know? I was talking about this the other day on, there's certain people who are rappers, but they're meant to be NBA players, you know? And that's so ironic because you would think like, oh, like anybody wants to be in the NBA. But nowadays, people are shadowing away from their, you know, true goals and dreams and settling with this secondary thing of rapping or being a graphic designer or being an entrepreneur when their real, you know, dreams and aspirations was in a whole different field. So don't be afraid to do the things that you want to do just because it's not the best, you know, thing in the world or it doesn't make the most money. Just, you know, do it. The best thing to do is just work hard, be yourself, and be happy, you know. That's going to be the new currency for me is happiness because there's a lot of these, you know, entrepreneurs and these models and these rappers and stuff. They have a lot of wealth, but they have no happiness, you know. And that's like, what's the point? And that's why they're so suicidal and have anxiety and depression and miserable, and they're giving you false hope, you know. And I feel like that's not right, you know. You shouldn't be giving people false anything, you know. So that's just my point of view on fear. If you have any suggestions on what you think I should do as far as for a YouTube video for the next time, talking about different topics, I do plan on want to do some marketing topics. I want to do, you know, some more emotional topics. I want to do some more inspirational topics, like how do you inspire yourself to keep going? You know, how do you motivate yourself constantly every single day? How do you find different, you know, podcasts or YouTube videos to watch to give you that inspiration that you need? Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna wrap this up by saying make sure you subscribe, like, comment, tell me what you think of, you know, the topic of being, you know, fearful. And make sure you go follow me at Bellz on Instagram. I am Ty Bellz on Snapchat. And look forward to another video. I'm out.